What is the importance for countries like Armenia to have such education institution as the UWC Dilijan?
What Armenia, as a place without oil, but a place with water and smart people, has always excelled at is education. Setting up an international baccalaureate program which gives opportunities for Armenian students from Artsakh, to be in class with students from all over the world prepares them to go out and tell their story in the world, but it also prepares their classmates from throughout the world to share their stories, and together they can have a unified approach to making this world more just.
Education has always been the focus of all projects initiated by Ruben Vartanyan, who dreamed of making Armenia an international educational destination. Now, 10 years passed, can we state that Ruben Vartanyan succeeded in putting Armenia on world educational map?
What it does is it takes all of the decision making away from just politicians and gives it to young generations from all over the world, so that they can bring stories back to their homes and they can start making changes there. If we leave it up to politicians, it's not going to necessarily change. They have very different vested interests, but by bringing young people from all over the world together, we have the opportunity to show both who we are as Armenians, and then to learn who everyone else is, and then figure out how our stories intersect. And together, then we can make a case for justice.
You have authored several award-winning books, also including about Armenian genocide, but we witnessed how more than 100,000 Armenians were forcefully deported from their homeland in the aftermath of the ethnic cleansing made by Azerbaijan. What do you think, what should be done for preventing new genocides in the 21st century?
It's such an important question. I was here last year, I was in Yerevan when the forced deportation happened. I was here with a group of leaders from all over the world, introducing them to how we can use stories to change the world. And I really think that by getting the word out and by uniting with other peoples who have experienced genocides, we can together tell a story that shows how it works as a process, instead of waiting to talk about it when it's only a massacre. So if you use a stages model of genocide, what happened to the people of Artsakh, even though people weren't massacred, it was actually the stages leading right into massacre. So I think it's better to tell the story in terms of process, so then we can get recognition of processes before it leads to killing. We have to see how the way the international press talks about things causes troubles. For example, every single story I read in the United States, both in 2020 and throughout the blockade, always talked about Artsakh as a breakaway republic, which went back to the fact that it wasn't internationally recognized, which went back to the fact of oil dynamics and power. So we need to tell the stories that show that a simple phrase like internationally recognized is not so simple. It relates really and truly to who has power and who has money.
Today we are here in Dilijan to mark the 10th anniversary of the establishment of UWC Dilijan School, but the co-founder of the school, Ruben Vartanyan, is illegally kept in Baku for already more than a year. What do you think, what should be done for the release of Armenian prisoners, including Ruben Vartanyan?
Yeah, it's tragic that the world has let this happen, and what can we do except share our story and put pressures on local governments? In my country of citizenship, but not the country of my heart, which is Armenia, I wrote to all of my legal representatives. I even got handwritten notes back from one of them saying that it's breaking his heart too. We need this to change, but we have so much systemic built into every single government. So we have to change these one by one. We have to change the power structure of the UN, which is biased towards the Security Council, rather than giving every single country equal voice. So the more we go towards listening to the people instead of listening to power structures, the advantages will be seen in terms of release of prisoners and real true justice. So I think it's the international pressure that we have to put to have his release. We're standing in the library of United World College Dilijan, and in the 10 years since this has been here, it has brought about so much change within Armenia, and then so much knowledge throughout the world about Armenia. The students here carry what they've learned about this place to the rest of the world.